All right, it's chest and try day. We're gonna go ahead and actually kind of half warm up, half first tricep movement before we get into our first press today. So. Whew, just heavy enough to challenge the triceps, but still be more of a warm-up. Whew. All right, let's get into some pressing. Ooh, yeah, baby. Ooh. Ooh, I think I'm gonna go for 205. Okay. First set was 185 for 12. Second set was 195 for 9. I probably could have got 10. So this is 205, hoping for 6 to 8. Oh, I almost had the fourth. Okay. Ooh. Not quite. We'll put the swing shot on for the last set. Whew. All right. Lift, swing shot, aiming for at least 6. Since I almost had 4. Raw dogging it. I'll take 7. Woo. Yes, sir, baby. Whew. All right. Incline press time. Yeah, I can go up. Whew. All right, we're gonna go a little heavier. I wasn't sure how heavy to go after the heavy flat bench, but that 60 felt a lot lighter than anticipated after doing flat so heavy. So I'll play up to 70 as like normal, I guess. Oof. That's a good word telling me to lift heavy and don't be a bitch. Okay, time for real straight bar push down action. Ooh. All right, dip time. This will kind of act as our last tricep exercise, and also just our kind of half getting back into chest before we hit flies. So kind of a gateway back into chest while finishing tricep. Whew. All right. Last set of these, then we'll get on the pec deck and just hammer out a few sets, and we'll call it a workout. All right. All right. Time to use the old pec deck here. Let's see, right? I think today will be perfect, free and free. Super heavy on all the tricep movements. Both presses today were super heavy. Just doing my normal working set weight for flies. And as long as I just take these to failure, I think this will be more enough for chest and tri pump. Because honestly, the chest is pretty freaking pumped without it. But I'm not hitting the chest if that flies. That's sacrilegious. Yo. Ooh, one more. Ooh. Okay. Last set of these, and it's a workout, baby. That's a chest and try day. See you guys in the car. Whew, alright guys, that was a chest and try workout, about an hour and 10 minutes long. 6 exercises, free try and free chest. So pretty freaking happy with it. Ultimately, started with those single arm cable extensions, cable kickbacks, whatever you really want to argue they were. You could argue it's basically a kickback variation. You're staying straight up, but obviously, that's all an extension is. So whatever, cable extensions. Started out with those. I went relatively heavy on them, in the realms of 10 to 12 reps, because I wanted them to not only be like I'm warming up to go bench heavy, so I need my joints warmed up, I need my triceps warmed up, I need some blood in the muscles. Not only that, but I did genuinely want it to be like the first actual tricep exercise. So I went heavier than just like a warm-up weight. Then ultimately we went to the flat bench and went freaking heavy there, which I'm getting really happy with the strength gains that I've been getting, because now I was doing 185 for a working set, but it was with the swing shot. Now I'm doing 185 for 12 raw. Then I did 195 for 9, and I could have got 10. I should have just went for it raw, and then went up to 205. Obviously didn't get very many when I tried it raw. Put the swing shot on, got 6. So my plan, now that I can pretty comfortably do 195, is do 195 for like working sets, up the weight to 205, put the swing shot on, and work my way up the same way I did with 185. So hopefully I can start doing 205 with nothing, and hopefully be able to start doing 225 for reps at some point. That is the goal right now with bench, is to be able to bench 225 for reps. I am currently trying to work towards turning my PR from about 6 or 7 months ago now. Yes. To turn, no. I think 225 was the PR about a year ago. And then the last time we PR'd was about 4 or 5, possibly 6 months ago. I'm not entirely sure. I know it's been a few months, and it was 235. So I'm hoping to turn last year's PR into like a working set of like at least 6. So that's the plan. At least we'll see what happens. But genuinely, that is the goal right now, is I want to be able to start benching 225 comfortably. So that's kind of like what I'm working towards, and that's why with the new split, I'm benching so much heavier. And so I'm going to hopefully keep the momentum going. And it's also just breathing new life into the workouts, benching that way. So I can't complain. It really is just an enjoyable way to train so far. So I'm enjoying myself. But we went heavy on that. Then I did, I was going to do 60s on the incline, because I normally, it just depends on my chest, right? And obviously my joints sometimes. Maybe my elbows hurt. Maybe I'm getting like a pinch in my shoulder or whatever. So I always play with between the 60s and the 70s. On a good day, I'll grab like the 75s or 80s. But because we'd just done like heavy flat bench, I was like, 60s is the way to go. So that first set was 60. I hit 15. I was like, okay, I should have grabbed some real weight. So switched to, I switched to the 70s and hit, I believe, 12 on all 3 of the rest of the sets. If not, I hit 12 on 2 of them and 10 on the last one. So it's like after that, chest was pretty freaking fatigued. Obviously, triceps are practically destroyed at that point because your triceps are just as involved in your pressing. So went on to heavy pushdowns and heavy dips, maxing out the dip machine. By then, it's like, my triceps are cooked. Chest is pretty fried just from doing super heavy presses. So let's just go to the pec deck and finish out. and in every chest day is going to look different. There might be days where we don't touch a bench at all. We might like mostly do flies and maybe do like one machine or one dumbbell press of some sort, and then our tricep movements. Or it could look very much like today, where it was mostly our presses and like heavy tricep movements and then some flies. It's going to look different, but I'm pretty freaking happy with today. Obviously, every day can't be today. My freaking shoulders and elbows would be gone. My triceps would be pulling off the bone. I'd rip a pec. I'd snap a wrist, something, right? But at least in terms of like just a goal of mine is I want the bench to continue going up. Flat bench has always been one of my weakest movements, and it's been one that I just haven't done a lot of. I've always been more incline focused, and in terms of building a big chest, incline is the way to go. But there's just that part of me, right? Like the dude bro part of the brain that's like, get a big bench, get a bigger bench, come on, don't be a pussy, get a bigger bench. And I'm kind of listening to it, and I'm enjoying it. It's breathing some new life into working out, and it gets me something to look forward to, because eventually I do want a PR on the channel again and see where we are. Because like I said, last time was 235. That was a few months ago. So who knows what it will be by the time we go for it again. But I'm not going to go for another PR until I'm doing 225 for at least a few reps. Once I can start doing 225 for a few reps, I think we're going to test where the PR is again. But as of right now, I'm just happy. I'm just happy with everything right now. I feel, workouts have been good. Energy's been good. Diet's going well. I'm actually getting up and going and doing cardio in the morning. It's not, I'm in a groove right now. And typically something is out of step. If it's not the diet, then it's the workouts. If it's not the workouts, it's the cardio. If it's not the cardio, it's the diet. It's like, if I'm perfect on diet and working out, then I'm not coming in and doing my cardio in the morning. If I am going in and doing my cardio in the morning and I am getting good workouts, then I freaking cheat on my diet. If I'm not cheating on my diet and I'm going in doing my cardio in the morning, then I'm too freaking exhausted and too low on carbs and muscle glycogen to get a good pump. And so now the workouts are suffering. There's always something. And that's why it's like, I keep saying it. I've said it every workout since I started taking it. But that's why a pump product is so good. I can be in a caloric deficit. I can even be relatively low carb and still get a phenomenal pump as if I had 200 grams of carbs pre-workout. Now, that's not to say that I am eating low carb. In fact, today was a high carb day. I had 170 grams of protein, 230 grams of carbs, and fats landed wherever they landed, about maybe 65, 70, which is about where I try to get them to land. Typically, I prefer the lower option, around 60. But everything landed pretty well today. A little higher calorie day today. Right now, so I'm no longer eating the 1500 because I'm upping the cardio. And plus, I just feel like I need a slight refeed stage. So we're still in a deficit. But I moved up the calories to 1700 instead of 1500. Won't do that for a while. I don't want my metabolism to completely crash on me. So 1700 calories right now. But today I ate 200 under maintenance instead of 1700. I had 2100 and high carb because I know I was going bench heavy today. Again, I'm trying not to let my metabolism completely crash. I'm trying to give it a bit of a break from such a hard deficit. And then after probably another week of the 1700 calorie deficit, I'm going to cut back down to 1500 and just hold that for a while until I feel like I need a refeed again. So I think everything's going well. I think we are on pace. Oh, I didn't show it on the channel, but I officially put my board back in my room. The next step is to buy a scale and start doing the weekly and day. So the weekly averages again, where I take my weight daily add them all together, divide by 7, and put a weekly average. So I'm not just looking at my daily weight, but also am I going down week to week? And that used to be like how I lived my life. Like everything I had planned for the week was on the board. The weigh-ins were on the board. Typically something to keep me going was written on it. I think at one point I had prove her wrong on it. And I'd stare at it and just get ticked off. So the board is officially hung back up in my room. I'm going to buy my own scale. Once I do, we'll do a weigh-in for the channel. And then, yeah, we are golden, guys. We are golden. But I've yapped enough. And frankly, I yapped about stuff you already know because you watched the workout. So all that being said, love and appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch this video. If you liked the video, you like it. If you made it this far and you liked the video and you aren't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. You made it this far already anyways. If you want the best supplements on the market, you already know where to go. HTLTsubs.com, code JS15, and save 15% off your order. And speaking of things down in the link in the description, go down to the link in the description and you can find both the TikTok and the Instagram. If you give the Instagram a follow, once we hit 500 followers on Instagram, I will be doing a gift card giveaway for you guys. So if you guys want the chance to win an $100 HTLT supplement gift card, go give the old Instagram a follow. But all that being said, I've yapped more than young enough today. So I'm going to let you guys go, and I'll see you tomorrow for a shoulder and leg pump. It will be shoulders and I do believe quads tomorrow. So see you then.